So I really haven't gotten anything done on my Kaypro project for the past couple weeks or so. And because it's not fully functional right now, it's kind of easy to brush to the side and forget about. So I'm going to try to make it actually functional so I can actually use it now. And the main issue that was being in the way was hooking up the keyboard and the mouse connectors. So today I cut up an old USB connector and made my own extension cable. I first started by taking an old motherboard from about 1998 or so, and I took off the little USB connector on it. I desoldered that with my 300-watt soldering iron, and then I soldered it onto a little circuit board, and I cut a pre-existing USB cable in half so I had the male connector, or female connector. It's kind of odd because USB kind of goes into each other, so I would assume it's the male connector. Oh well. But anyway, so I soldered that on there, and chopped the circuit board down so it's a little smaller, and there I have it, this little connector. Let's see if this works. Look at that. It works. It's a little rough, but whatever. It works. So now that we know this works and is wired up correctly, we can snake it in through here. Aw, darn. The cable's too long. This connector thing is just too long. So I'm going to see about cutting off this edge part here. Well, there we go. I just ripped off that piece of plastic so this cable can flex closer to the connector. As you can see, that's a pretty tight fit. So it's nice now that I have these connectors out here. Which, of course, these will just be mounted like right here, facing out. I'm going to have a piece of metal with a piece of plastic over it to look like the floppy drives. You already know that, though. But I'm going to use probably really strong epoxy, like E6000 or glue or whatever it's classified as, to glue that in place. And that should be strong enough. And then if I ever want to, I can always have like a little adapter that'll add more USB connectors on it. Well, unfortunately, it looks like USB devices don't connect up in parallel, so I can't run two USB devices on this same connector. Looks like each USB connector has to go to like a little microcontroller or something like that. But it occurred to me, in reality, maybe I could just get away with always having these connected up. Because if I remove the internals of the keyboard and just set this in there, well then I could just store it with the keyboard in there so the keyboard could always be connected up. Then I would leave this just to have one spare USB device for like flash drives or something like that. At least for temporary. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ditch this design because it's really crappily made. I just threw it together in like 20 minutes. And I'm just going to go on eBay and buy, they have little like half-height slots with USB on them. It's like $15. I might as well just go ahead and do it because they also have the connectors for USB back here. Because the motherboards have connectors for USB aside from the actual USB connectors on the motherboard. So that'd probably be just better and easier to work with. And it'll look better probably too. By the way, you like my new wallpaper I made? I made that in Blender. I also made a green version, but I don't think the green version looks as nice. Well, anyway, let's get this keyboard and open it up. So there's the keyboard. June 6th, or June 10th, 1983. I think, yeah. I'll put that in with all the other components so I can rebuild the computer. I'll put that with it. I'm basically going to be using the keyboard temporarily, but then I'm going to be trying to make my own version of this and this that will fit onto here, but it'll have like all the function keys and whatnot too. And it'll be compatible with our modern x86 computers instead of these ones, which this one runs on a different type of data transfer between the computer and this keyboard. Well, anyway, for this now, I just take my keyboard, That fits in there nicely. It looks kind of, it doesn't look right, but whatever. And it probably even has room to stuff the mouse in there when I'm not using it. So it is a kind of messy right now, but it's a functional mess. At least I hope. Let's see. Yep, it works fine. It works really fine, actually. Worked great. And there we go. I think it's coming along quite nicely. So there we go. I think it's pretty portable. It's not usable like on battery power, but it seems to be pretty useful and portable. Still a long way to go, but I think I'm mostly there. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick video, and thanks for watching. See ya!